Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another stream today. To be honest, I'm a little bit tired, so we will do something a little lighter on the engine, not with the terrain, but something else that's as well planned for the next, like, more like something that annoys me and would be nice to add for the next release. So, currently, when we create a new project, we always have to add those systems in the project itself. So you have like this game project here, for example. Mine is called Irrlicht. And then you have an entry point in here where you set up some data. And realistically, all of that should be possible to be done via the config file. So that's what we will try today, to move all of that to the config file. So the idea, as I said, would be that we go, and then you can set that up basically from the editor or like from the project creator. Like once we have that, we don't have that yet, but once we would have a project creation, we could add that there. That would be the idea. But for now, we will do it manually in the data file. So we basically add that here, and then we have here modules. And that will be an array. And then we probably have here objects. And those objects will be very similar to what we have in the... Where is it? Yeah, let's do that, right? So this is basically type ID. But we will probably do it like that. So I'm not sure what the ID is. But this, for example, would be Onyx asset system, right? Would be the thing. And for now we will do it manually, like exactly in that order that we register them here. So we have this one. And then let's make this a little bit smaller, make that disappear. Can you? Ah, yeah. Perfect. So then this would be graphics system. Then we have input and input system. Okay. Input action system. Localization. Yeah, and then here is already the problem that some are called module, some are called system. I think probably module makes the most sense. But it's really not something I'm settled on. So for now we will copy paste right the same structure basically as we have here. So that would be game core system. Then we have volume system. Editor system, which is funny because that is basically like that, which is an oversight for now. And then we would always have as well the project one. Which we will probably auto-generate for you with the project, basically. Alright, so we have that. Then the only thing we need as well is each system needs that thing. So each system needs a type ID. That's not what I wanted. Here, that. That's what I wanted. Oh, that is already asset. So that's assets, asset system. And graphics. Let's actually name them already graphics module. Because why not? Let's actually do that right away. We will change that. Like the actual class we change later. So that one input. The thing is, probably that shouldn't even be its own. Probably this shouldn't even be its own module. The input action thing probably should just exist as is. Probably that could be actually a virtual function, most likely. But whatever, for now. And again, the imGUI one probably shouldn't be its own thing as well. The question is, can I not maybe already do that? Whatever, let's leave it. for now. One change at a time. Damn it. No need to do 20 changes at the same time. Game core. And that would basically enable us to be a little bit more dynamic with the yeah, with the project file. That's what I wanted to say. I think at least that should help us. But let's see if that is actually the case. And then this one is anyways already kinda like that, and the icon. Yeah, that's something we will investigate. And then Irrlicht, which is our own, which we will do as well. All right. Why do we have that? Oh, because, okay, whatever. All right. So the idea would be get rid of probably that. And node graph probably needs its own then as well. We already have node graph module. Wait a second, what? Oh, okay, where? I mean, it's basically that, right? I think at least that is fine, right? Yeah. A little bit overkill for that one, but it's fine. It makes it easier to... Although we could just... As it's something so basic in terms of the engine, we leave that out and you cannot do something without that. So basically in application CPP, I want to move a couple of things. Basically I want to have an application in it. which most of this gets moved to. Because actually I don't like to do this in the constructor, right? So that's the thing. Now we have a void init and a void shutdown and a void run. And then this flow is a little bit more clear. And then we have the logger here, which is fine. We could actually do that. We add the backends here. Then we init and stuff like that. Here we already do some stuff with the potential. Don't think we have a logger here, hopefully. If we do, that's a bit of a problem. So we initialize that. Then we do node graph init. I think we can include that here, right? Yeah. Init node graph. Modular. And then init module set by project or requested. And that would basically be iterating over that array. Which we should have, right? So for each, well, we don't have it yet, but we will have it. Dynamic array string ID 32 modules. Basically for each whatever, string ID 32 module ID in settings modules. Well, create modules and then init modules. So we separate that as well. So add system, and here we do module ID. And then here we actually would be okay, that one I'm not sure yet. Let's figure it out. Maybe we actually have here a dynamic array of in-place functions, maybe. Or basically we say init functions. Ah, whatever. I'm not sure. Let's not do that yet. So we do that, but there's more than that. We as well and that is a little bit of a downside. We would need to register all of them. Which is a little bit of a chicken egg thing kind of problem, because you need to know what you want to register. But then again, probably it's fine to do that. Where do we actually have this entry point? Well, I guess we could do the register here, right? Yeah, we can do that. Register modules, it can be a private function here. SL system. Actually, we might do that actually in core, because then we don't actually have to do a lot. We might be even able to do it like in some kind of static way. Well, registered engine modules. We could probably do here how do we do that in the type factory, node factory? Something like that, right? But it needs to be a little bit more sophisticated than that. Oh, actually not so easy. I thought that would be simpler, but it's probably not actually that simple. Given the fact that we have a lot of dynamic stuff happening here. for the init and shutdown of the thing. I don't think you can. Can you maybe? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Let me think. So currently we have our application, and that one has this add system. Which works by the fact that we have the type of the class. I mean, I guess we could have that in where is that actually? That's in core as well. Actually, then maybe can't we have that in the engine system then? What is holding us back from doing that? And then we could have actually do something similar to what we have with the other types as well already. So could have a struct engine system meta. And that one has an in-place function void that probably maybe as well 64, I don't know. I mean, it could as well be a std function. Because this is like 72. Shut down functor. It's actually smaller, right? And then we probably have the update functor, which we would most likely get over. Which I'm not sure, is that even worth it? I mean, the update. I mean, yeah, maybe. Oh, let's actually do it like that. And we might always... Yeah, we always get an engine system in. It's like the instance, basically, on which we call it. Let's for now do the delta game time here as well, to make it easier. Now we have a struct engine meta. Well, engine system factory. And we have a private hash map of string ID 32 to engine system meta. Yeah. Then here we have a public hash map. Not hash map. A void register system. Is space off. I mean, maybe we do that in... And this is where static. Do we need that static? I mean, it would simplify a little bit the logic, I think, if it is static. At least I think it would. Maybe it does, I don't know. Might not do actually a whole lot. So basically as system meta place. Actually just like that, right? And then we get an engine system meta back. Or we don't even need to do that. And then here, that is basically our register system from the application. Which I'm not sure if it works that nicely anymore then. But we will find out. That is pretty straightforward, so that works, but the rest I'm not so sure about. So the other part would be that we do this. Probably get dependency. Or get system. Hmm. Oh, okay, we need more info here. Or we need more stuff here. Oh, it's actually not so straightforward as I thought it would be. I imagine it to be a little bit simpler than that. But the fact that we don't... I mean, we could always do that here. We get the I engine as well. Which basically we need to then forward declare. What we then could do is basically wrap that into the init functors or system meta. Init functor is, and then I engine. Okay, we need to go below the engine here. And then it's basically that, and then we call on our system instance the init of the system instance. Right? Now we do basically the same with the shutdown. And we don't even need to save those then anymore. Get system. Oh, we don't even need that complicated stuff then here. So we just do... Because we don't need to store that anymore. We just call on the system instance our shutdown functor. So that made that at least simpler. I think the update we might actually change. Maybe I do an update context. Although it's kind of nice to have it dynamic. So let's go to the application. We have the update system here, which basically is a very similar thing. Or we actually don't do that, but system meta dot update functor is not that. Not that, I would say. We just have the engine. Probably we have both of them. We probably have the engine here as well. Oh yeah, we already had that, okay. And then we get that, we get... Don't even need to, well, we do. And this is get system of the engine. We might do actually, I might do a refactor after that, which is closer to what the actual, similar to what the systems do for the entity components. Because I think that is actually kind of a little bit nicer than what we do here. And we need a create. Actually just that. Create functor. That one is basically just system meta create functor is a new one which basically just returns But actually we can do a unique point then. That one is kind of easy. Okay, so far so good. Can we now... Well, let's get rid of all of that. Entity... Well, not entity. Engine system factory. What? But we don't have a... Why would that not work? Is the asset system not included and that's why it doesn't work? Yeah, okay. I see. Okay. So the question is, how can I resolve that? Can I maybe? No, I don't think that actually works. I think it has to probably be something like that. And then this one is basically fairly straightforward and lightweight. And then this one, yeah, it's a little bit big. We could do it typed again, right? Similar to what we do in the component factory. Or the component meta. It's fairly lightweight, and then we have the typed component meta. Which is, how big is that actually? $24. That is probably a 632. Don't think we actually have that somewhere. Oh no, we do, right? I don't think I actually... Yeah, the type size is a little bit... I could get it, but... Yeah, whatever. Would be nice if we have a base thing for that, so that we could reuse it easily for this one here. But what can you do? Oh, thinking is hard today. Super tired. Yeah, I kinda like it, but I don't like the fact that we have to register like that. Preferably I would prefer, let's put it that way, that's an English sentence, that I could do something like that here. But I don't think that this works. And if that returns maybe something, we might be able to do that, right? Does that really work? Does that actually do something? Is the question. Where the hell? Ah, god damn it, where is it? Yeah, that's the problem, right? Well, yeah, most likely. And hello, what's up? That's a fear that I have as well. But does it matter in this case? Because we're not depending on this, on anything else. It's fine if it, as long as it runs before the main. We're not intending to build other static variables from that. Alright, the static order stuff is only important if you would have other statics that run before the main, which would depend on this. Which I don't think is the case for now. But it's a fair criticism and definitely something to think about. The other way would be, which is totally valid as well, that the application registers all of them for the engine part. But is that I mean, again, I don't really like that. But I don't have a better solution yet. It might affect stuff if you have custom allocate. That's true. That is true. I mean, realistically, probably it's... English is hard. It's most likely not a problem to do it in the application, because we will most likely have an application anyways, always. So I do think it might be fine to do it here. But I will do it slightly different. by putting here a new CPP. Application modules CPP maybe. And then we go here, add here, application modules. Then we need to regenerate. Because realistically, I don't think it matters. I think. I mean, I think there is some other stuff that we might be able to do. But that is a little bit of template magic and I'm not quite sure how it works. At least I thought it works. Let me quickly do some research here. But I think you can. I saw some stuff which was a little bit magic where you can combine type lists. What the hell is happening with my headset? But I'm not sure if that actually works. How I would imagine it to work. I don't think it would work in the sense that I'm imagining it. Where is an example? I don't want to see all your code how to do it. Oh, god damn it. And where is your... Yeah, exactly. I think, yeah, it's not... Yeah, I type list, but I don't think you can do what I would want to do. Because you always have to make a new type out of it, right? So there's not really a way to make it in a way where I could say, I mean, how should that work? It's like impossible, actually, I think. But yeah, the quick idea I had that I have a base list somewhere and then I can register it in there, but it doesn't really work. Yeah, at compile time. That would have been the idea. Hmm. Again, I kinda know that that is probably impossible. Would be nice. Maybe you can get away with forward declare. But what would the forward declare help me? And I don't think it actually works with the forward declare. No, I think there is actually most likely another way around it. Somewhere I have to do the register. The question is, could I do that in CMake, right? But I mean, does that help me too much? Probably not. I thought that maybe in CMake we like generate like this, basically this application module file that I just created. Right? Well, get rid of all of that. Namespace. Onyx application. Void register modules. Yeah, whatever. And then in application, all the way at the bottom, we get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then in init here, oh yeah, we need to have that as an external function somewhere. Perfect. Oh, we could have the header as well there, but who cares? And then here we could have, oh, we need the application actually. Do I? Wait, maybe I don't. Actually, I don't. I need the I engine. Well, actually, no. Engine factory. Register system, asset system. And could this be basically auto-generated, right? It could actually be, right? I could register that, and I could create this file from CMake. Based on the modules that you have here. And then basically if you say in CMake I don't need input, the call will not be generated. Maybe. For the future. For now we do it manually. And that could actually live in the project, right? So that it's not in the application. Because that's project dependent, and then it doesn't even matter if you do add the application, because the application itself, I mean, again, it's not possible currently to run without the application, because even the entry point, it assumes the application. But in theory we could decouple that then as well, and you don't even need to have the application in there, which probably is something you never want, but yeah. Okay, so we have asset system. And then we had other list. Where graphics. Graphics system. And then input system. Input action system. Localization. No, that's not it. Eh? Why would you not localization module? Or is it localization system? Oh, there it is. Let's get rid of those. And then we have UI. MGUI system. And then we have here game core. I didn't want to forward declare it. Why would you want to forward declare it? Is it because we don't have that here? Linked? Oh, interesting. Well, in that case, if it's like that, then you know what? We don't do that. And we actually do it in the project. Engine modules. And then we basically change that. So basically in application CPP. No. Do I not have it open anymore? It doesn't seem like it. Great. So generate no application. Where is it? Here. CMake. Get rid of that again. Sorry, second screen. But I just got rid of the CPP here. We go here. Engine modules CPP. And then we do generate. Did I? Okay, no. Perfect. So we regenerate the project. Is the module system sort of dependency injector? Yeah, kinda. So basically each module, it can have in the init and shutdown functions, other dependencies basically. Engine modules. Is that not what it is? Oh, okay. Wait. But I thought that is what it is. Private engine modules. What exactly are you complaining about, CMake? But yeah, that's basically the idea, yeah. That it's a big dependency, automatic dependency injector. Not quite sure what it complained about. No. I can show you how it works, but first I need to figure out what it... it's a little bit of template magic. Because everything is statically linked together. Cannot find source file. But how? Private? Oh, wait. It should be in here. Wait, why do I have... Okay. Why do I have those here? Well, the project is not the best one, but I mean, there's almost no code in this project so far. So how does it work? Basically, I mean, in the current version in the application, I can show you, because that's the one that works, right? We are currently rebuilding it. But basically you call add system. So like here, for example, in the entry point we had that, right? You call, which one is a good one? Add system imgui system, right? And then what it did is it takes the template which you call it with, and then it checks if it has an init function, which basically just checks for the function to be callable. And if it has found an init function, which is a public function, then we get all the function arguments of that function, which basically is this fancy thing. So we basically call recursively this function, breaking up the arguments into a tuple. And then we get at the end a tuple list of all the arguments at compile time. So this is all const expr, right? I mean, because we decal type it here, it has to be at compile time. And then we call for each type in that tuple, we call a get system dependency, which basically just looks up the system in our systems array, which we don't have, which is in the base system now, but yeah. It basically looks it up, returns the reference to it, and then we call the function with it. It's a little bit like, if you are not used to it, that's a bit hard to read, right? But it's where like not super rocket science, but yeah. And I do the same for the terminate, basically checking if it has a shutdown function. Again, when it has, I get the dependencies and bind the function for later. Because Here it's saved in a list because we don't want to shut down right away, right? But that gets a little bit simpler now with the metadata, because I don't need to save it anymore like that. But actually what I would want to probably do is, because I like the component or the entity component system a little bit better now, so I most likely want to rewrite that a little bit, how the dependency injection works. Because this dependency injection really only goes back to this one function, right? And I need to add else if, const expr else if statements here to return dependencies. Or if it's a space system, it's easy, right? I just look for it in the vector that I have internally. But if it's like not a system, but like a settings file, I added like those shortcuts where, okay, we still treat it as a dependency. And we just return something else that is not directly an engine system. Which works, but it's a little bit ugly because you have to have those defined here. So what the entity component system does, which I think is a little bit nicer, is I have a base class which is I-dependent function argument, which probably we could then move to the maybe not. But yeah, basically we have this as a dummy thing, and then you I basically have one template that is just empty implemented for a dependent function argument. Basically just so that we have this type defined, and then you can do special template specializations for each of the types you want to return. So you can see here a const entity registry, or a delta game time, or an entity command buffer, or in the game core age we have some others here: graphics API, asset system, frame context, right? And you wrap it like that, and you just return a get function, and that returns it from here, for example, as well from the engine, which it gets in this get function. It gets a context, and from that context it can retrieve some stuff. And that context for the engine systems could just be the engine itself, right? And then I could do engine.getSystem, or engine do whatever, or return a different struct or whatever I need to return, right? Because I think that's a little bit, I mean, it's debatable, right? That one function is as well easy to understand. I just think that this template thing is a little bit more extendable than this, but it both work. But here I would now need to, for example, if I want to return the game time, I would need to do or like game delta time, and then return that here, which is a little bit ugly. But yeah. Alright, so we should now have our engine modules, hopefully, yes. Now here we can do game core system. Perfect. Did I close? Did I close my project on Visual Studio Code? Of course I did. I wanted to have the application config here open again, so that I see which modules I need. So we were here, and now we need here volume, That's actually pretty nice. If we, yeah, I will maybe do that. I don't know if it's that interesting to do that on stream. The CMake script for that, for the auto generation of that. I'm not sure. If you think that would be interesting to see, let me know. Otherwise, I will do it off stream and we stick to C++ on the stream itself. Well, C++ and shaders. Not sure how many people are interested in CMake stuff. Why is there a CSG cube here? What the hell? Alright. Yeah, that's not really ordered in any nice way, but what can you do? So that would be that. This is that. That is Irrlicht. And then, yeah. Do we do a using? Maybe not. All right. Huh, that's a good question actually. I think I would actually prefer it though to be generated into the source directory. I'm not sure. So you say the configure file, it doesn't work into the source directory or what? Like the, I think it's configure file, right? I'm doing that already. I mean, I'm not doing that specifically, but yeah, I'm already using the configure file, right? But yeah, not into the, not directly into the source. I'm doing it in the data directory. But I would prefer that to be going into the correct folder. So like I would want to probably have it where it is now. So basically in like next to the entry point here. But yeah, not sure. I know that it is sometimes picky. So Irrlicht. So here we do, or no, entry point. Let's do it like here. Can I have here? Namespace. Irrlicht void register modules. And then here in on application created, we do that. Or in on application create, we do that. Ah, that looks fine. Is that too early? Where do we call that? Do we even call that is the other question. Oh, we do. Okay, yeah, I think that that is actually the perfect place to call it, I would say. That is actually the perfect place to call it. Why is there the input module? Nobody knows. Alright, so that would be pretty neat if that... I mean, that should still... I mean, it doesn't work now because we don't initialize any of the modules actually. The question is, do we... I mean, we should call that. And then... we should be ending up here basically, but without any of the systems. So let's put the breakpoint here. Yeah, it probably complains about some stuff here and there. Most likely, if I would have to guess. Oh yeah, we still have the register modules, right? Yeah. Which we get rid of. Editor system, yeah, okay, that's fine. Do we have another system open? Of course not. Onyx editor module. What exactly do you not like? I mean, that's the most cryptic error I've seen in a long time. Does it need a ref? Like, does it need a pointer? Does it not like does it not like a reference? Was that what the cryptic error is trying to tell me? Oh, but yeah, I don't think actually, hold on, I think that actually, yeah, that's garbage, right? So actually what I need to do is t-reference typed system instance t-reference of system instance. I think that is probably what it doesn't like. Potentially. And probably we need that down here as well. That might be the issue, right? That it doesn't... Yeah, because it said that something about a decayed type, right? So that is probably it, because it was the engine system, which is like the base, and probably the decay is in terms of that. That it's like a lower thing, and it cannot call it on the base because it cannot guarantee that it's the T. But in this case, I'm telling it, dude, trust me. Huh? Ah, well, always those beautiful... Always those beautiful template errors that you just don't understand. The template instantiation, blah blah blah. Does this need to be a pointer by chance? But I mean, isn't that a pointer anyways? I mean, isn't this a pointer then anyways? Oh, maybe that's the only left. I doubt that this is it, right? But I mean... maybe, because it doesn't want the reference, because it needs to make a copy. Or like, yeah, move constructed, and you can't do that. I don't know. I don't think we fixed it. But who knows, maybe we did. I mean, better than before. Okay. That looks not so bad. It's probably that we don't have... Yeah, exactly. We don't have the types for... is that bound to this pointer? I mean... Yeah, we're binding the this pointer of the system. But we already fixed it. It's now the only problem that... Which register system is that? Graphics? No. Where do I find... Oh, is it graphics system? Maybe it is graphics system. Yeah. Yeah, and that's where the problem starts, right? Because now this get system here doesn't work. Because it cannot find the system that matches that type. Which is why I'm thinking of moving this into the dependent function args. Because I'm not sure how else I would solve that. I really don't know how else I would solve that. Yeah, I don't think we have a way around that. I think we need to probably do the function arc thing. Why did you come back here? Which now begs the question. The problem is that I have a system, like the graphics system, for example, that in its init function, it requests two things which are not an engine system, which is the graphic settings and the window settings, which previously I handled inside the application by having this function, which is not a get system call, but a get system dependency, which returned those special things basically. So it was kind of treating them as systems, but they were not systems. To make the dependency injection a little bit easier, because you don't really have a way, yeah, to get them otherwise. What's different now? Where the whole dependency injection now is living inside the engine, which is in core and not in the application, so we don't have the graphic settings here. I cannot do I cannot have the graphics API here, because those are not part of this. It's funny that it says it can import it, but it can't. It just can't. What is that? So yeah, it definitely just can't import that. I'm not sure why it thinks it can, but it definitely cannot do that. Because it's not linking it, right? Do we see that here? Yeah. So we are not linking graphics system here. So there's no way that we can get in this get system call, which is this one, that we can get the graphics system or the graphic settings. And the graphic settings are not an engine system. Let me... Yeah, let me show you. I think I have an idea how to do it. But the problem is, I'm not sure how I exactly want to do it, but I have an idea how to do it. Yeah, exactly, like this dependent function stuff. Does it even need to be virtual is the other question. I don't think it actually has to be virtual. Why did I make it virtual in the game system? I think because I want to store it. I don't even think it needs to be. don't think it needs to be actually a virtual class. I'm not quite sure why I did that. Actually now, the thing is now that we moved it to the game project, the register, you are right. Yes. Before I wanted to have like, before I moved it because I wanted to do the register in here, right? So I wanted to do Engine or like Engine Factory register myself, right? But that doesn't really work because I need to call the init to even do that, or like I need another function to do that. So yeah, you're right. Probably it's fine to do it in the application. So we can actually get that stuff back. You're right. I can still do the dependent stuff later if I want to, but so we could, I mean, it can still live here, maybe. No, let's move it actually. Yeah. So this and this goes here. This goes away and goes back into the application. The logger, probably it should be an engine system as well eventually. Or whatever. And then we take those. Alright, so, and we basically bring them out. Application. Engine system factory. Could as well be called application system factory. Namespace Onyx. Engine system? Maybe. I don't know. We would need to first. Engine system. Well, not here actually. Engine system factory. I will get something to drink. Give me a second. All right. Oh, we generated. Perfect. So we reload. Yeah, that's core, right? And then probably not that. Onyx. Is it not Onyx core? Huh, okay. Well, whatever. Okay. Engine system. Alright. And yeah, this is application. And then here it's application. Well, actually, maybe we don't need that. It can stay engine. I mean, we still need the application. I'm not sure. Let's see. Application.age. Might get rid of that, right? And move that actually to here. No, that actually is garbage. No, let's not do that. Let's keep it simple for now. Let's leave that here. Let's do probably application here, yeah. Although we could actually, no, let's actually do that, yeah. Let's move that function. Let's move that here into a private section. Get dependency. Get module dependency. And that is basically that. And we give the application here with it. And I'm basically application get settings. Application get settings, graphic settings. Get Windows settings, get localization settings. Otherwise, application get system, graphic system. And that, otherwise we always fall back to that. Perfect. That should work. And then here as well, get module dependency with the application. Okay. So that should work now. I think. Let's find out if it works or not. Okay. A car of a non-static. Oh, yeah, okay, fair. Oh. If I engine, then we just return application, sorry. Like that. Perfect. Almost functional. Let's see where we end up now if we start that. So we should end up here with a bunch of... Okay, we are here, perfect. Then we have... Oh, okay. I mean, oh yeah, that makes sense. So we need to main CPP? No, not that main. So we need that. Init car. Then we are here, perfect. Then we go here and we don't do anything here yet. So what we need to do now is add the systems. That are defined in the modules. System is not registered basic. Oh, well, it's already added basically. And then we don't take actually a thing like that. This is a void. And we take a string ID. Do we want? No, probably not. The thing is, because in release that is a 32-bit, right? Actually, it's quite small, and even in... I mean, it's not... But yeah, in release, the string is gone, and then we are pretty much in the U in 32, which is smaller to pass as value instead of reference. So we get rid of that. We get rid of... Well, that is basically engine system. Is basically engine system factory. We do a forward declare because we can move that now out of the class scope, which is kinda nice as well. And this is basically has system module ID. I think we have that, right? Yeah. We just need to change a couple of parameters. Get system or get module meta, because we want to rename it module now, right? Which is kind of stupid that I named that system factory then. So we do that. static engine module meta. Probably we can do const return or get meta. Let's actually call it only get meta. It doesn't need to be sophisticated here. String ID 32, module ID is system meta at and that can be const. Oh, we don't need to make it const because it's static. Never mind. Yeah, that looks fine. And then we go here. We say get meta of that engine module meta. And then here meta create. We don't do anything here. We just add it actually to our modules. We add our pushback and place back. Okay. Because it's a... Actually, I think I want to have it as a dynamic array in the future. I think it doesn't really make... We can have a separate list of that. Or is there a reason why it was? Probably for easier retrieval, right? But I think we don't have that many systems that a hash map is worth it. Because in theory we could get it directly with the UID, right? But will we have that many? Probably not. So let's do that. And then the question is, do we even need that? Probably not. Let's so basically go back to application. Actually, then we... Yeah, no, it's fine. So we do that. And then afterwards, for each one of them, engine module. Well, actually, yeah, let's... How do we do it? Yeah, let's do engine system. Engine module in our modules. That is basically engine module get type ID, which we will now add. Public, and then which one is it? We have one, of course not. temperature. Yeah, we need to mark all of them as override then. And then if meta.init functor, then we call basically the meta.init functor with this and the engine module. Right, that should hopefully work. Now the only thing is we need yeah, we need metadata. Oh, my neck is killing me, holy. But we are almost at the end of the stream anyways. Well, that was a lot of compilers for that small change that I did. Oh well, that is probably that it doesn't like, for sure. And then we probably have some other stuff. What? Oh. Well, yeah, that makes sense. But is that worth it for now? Yeah, no, let's do it. Unique pointer engine system and or system or module. Let's call it already that. Return module.get type ID equals that. And this is a string ID 32. This is not that anymore. Okay. So we have that figured out. This is string ID 32. Or that one is the same. T type ID. Okay. Oh, we still have string ID 32, whatever. Actually, we don't need that anymore, but whatever. let's leave it for now. The good thing is that we do this now in an array, is that they are sorted. Because before in a hash map they are like not sorted, right? So that's a good thing. Where? What? Why would you not like that? Is any of not... Does it not work like that? Does it need the begin and end? Nah. Why? Let's copy it in. I don't know. What? Oh. That's unfortunate. I would have wanted that too. Oh, what is the ranges? Or it's what I wanted to do, but it doesn't support it. So what are you on about? Oh, does it need to be const? Oh, of course it needs to be const. God damn it. It's we're a const function, right? Oh, where? No, we can't do that actually. Find. System is not added. I mean, yeah. It's like half-assed rename for now. But the benefit of that is as well, I mean, of the whole stuff that we did now, is that first we create the modules, all of them, and then they are already in the list, and then we initialize them, which makes... I mean, the dependency is still important, right? Because the initialization order is important for the modules. But if there was something in the constructor, it already happened, which you shouldn't have anything in the constructor of the modules, but regardless, it is now supported. Well, that was unfortunate, but kind of obvious. But can we do that as a watch, please? And then can I copy those out so that I have those IDs? Pretty please. Perfect. Because now what I can do is make this one go here. And then game core system. It's not hex. Now it's hex. And now let's not make it hex. Like that. Perfect. So we take that one. Well, actually, asset module. Call it as well asset module here. Graphics module. Input module. I love it when my headset just randomly turns itself on and off. So that config is basically per project, and you can define like your window size, your graphics API in theory, where your data stuff is, the name of your project, which default render graph you want to use. So basically it's similar to like what you have in Unreal or Unity, like project settings. I would put it on that level, basically like project settings. Everything that can be different between projects will go there. So this is basically which one we activate for that project, because we only registered them, right, in a factory. Actually, yeah, no, I don't, yeah, that's debatable. I see your point, but so I imagined it that we register the systems and then they are available for projects, and then similar to Unreal or Unity, you have like a project configurator where you say, okay, I want to include this module now in my project without you needing to rebuild, right? That would be the idea. So basically from one day to another you decide, oh no, I want ImGUI in my project, and then you just in the editor say, I want to import the ImGUI module, and it just does it without you needing to rebuild. Because it's already registered, it's just that you never added it to your runtime of the engine, right? So it's like a two-folded thing. So one is like at compile, like if you know your project will never need the volumetric system, right? I will probably add something in CMake that will strip it out and the register call is gone and the whole module is gone. So that's one thing. And if you suddenly decide that, no, I really need the volume thing, then you probably need to do like the CMake thing. And then you need to add it to the project as well at the end. But as a standard configuration, I just give you all the modules and you can plug and play. And then at the end of the project, maybe like for a release, right, for the final product, maybe I have a separate CMake, like a build configuration that then strips out modules that you're not using from the code. Because, I mean, but then again, the register, it doesn't cost anything, right? The register is like one static hash map. So realistically, there is not a whole lot of overhead there. Having it there. Oh yeah, I was replacing those IDs. Localization module. I mean, for now, in this project, I use all of them, which is not really true anyways, but it's the test project of the engine, so might as well. ImGUI module. Game core module. Oh. Why is it called game core system? Hell no, we will change that. Volume module. Editor module. And then we have the Irrlicht module. Which, why is it? Well, that's a mistake as well. So we have two things to fix. One is, what the hell did I just press? Well, I pressed something that broke my IntelliSense again, which is always fun. So, come on, what the hell is going on? Oh yes, now it's working again. And then we have as well game core module. But yeah, in theory, I agree that I mean, yeah, it's like for an end product, it probably makes sense that or like at least that we strip out modules that you never used in the project. Yeah, so I wanted to continue that. Then we do hex again. Take that out, paste that here, and then we have Irrlicht module is now this, and game core module. The benefit of all of that is once we have the CMake part as well, is that the template project is kinda, I mean, not obsolete at that point, but very much empty at that point. Which is good, because it makes it easier to maintain. Because currently, every time I added a new module, for example, this one is new. This one doesn't exist currently in the template project. So the template project with that branch that I'm on doesn't work because it's missing this module, which is, yeah, not ideal. Alright, so but we need as well here a deserializer, which I don't think we actually need a read for each. think a read is enough. What we do here, modules. More settings, modules. Oh, we even have the start scene as well already. Okay. Well, unfortunate. Did it maybe even... Yeah. Of course I did an oopsie somewhere. Modules. Unfortunate. Oh, well. That's the issue. Oh, there is stuff in here, yes. Or we should not have it as a hex anymore. Okay. Alright. We have 11 modules. That's good. Perfect. Does it work? Oh, it might work, but we are not updating probably. Oops. So once we have done that, update our modules. What do I need to put here? Okay, well, then we basically do this, where we push in the engine module. Okay. Ah, the delta game time. Or pushback. That's a little bit duplicated stuff, right? But for now it's fine, I think. Where we do meta update functor this engine module reference and game time. Might work, might horribly fail. Seems like it horribly fails. Oh, hold on. Yeah. There's more stuff that we need to do, right? We didn't set up everything. Entry point. So we need a couple of things. Most notably those. So an input action system in init. Exactly, because now the benefit is that we can do that. Because now we are basically fully initialized. So I can do not that, but actually, let's actually do that, and then here. We don't have that here. We can do that. We don't have... okay, hold on. Some minor setbacks, but we can cheat that for now a little bit. And I don't think we actually need the input action map per se. Let's keep the graphic stuff for now. That is the most important part. So we go to graphics system. And we do all of that. Now we can do asset system, graphic settings. And then M window, set icon, M window, show, and graphics, API, set render graph. And we actually do one more thing. Oh, we have that. So that gets registered beforehand. And then we do as well, probably in volume system. Yeah. Because those render graph nodes are a little bit special. I think they need to be registered before we can do anything. Might do a special function for that actually, instead of in the constructor, but yeah. I think the components we don't need to do, and the entity systems we don't need to do as well. I think that might be good enough to see something on the screen again. But let's see. Plan is get the editor back up and running today again, so that tomorrow I'm hopefully more awake and we can continue with the terrain. Okay, yeah, we are updating modules, but we get oh, that's interesting. What? Oh. Well, if meta has an update functor. Oops. Yeah, we have it, but yeah, then this fails because we don't have an input asset. Yeah, that makes sense. Because we don't have that right now. I mean, we could entry point, right? We should be able to do that. And we can do this. And we can do that. And that. And then here get system. That should work. Oh, we need to include the asset system. But yeah, it should go into the... Yeah, I will not do any more longer anyways. We have it basically up and running. Yeah, thank you for joining. I know it's quite late for you. And yeah, have a good night. Maybe we see each other tomorrow. I mean, in Cake stream we will probably see each other, right? So, have a good night. Yeah, indeed. I mean, it's quite fun to watch him. And it's fun to make sometimes a little bit fun of him. But it's a little bit of banter. Perfect. Oh yeah, everything is working again. Beautiful. Alright, with that I will call it a day. Yeah, thank you, as I said. And I hope I see some of you tomorrow again. Have a nice rest of your evening, and yeah, and have a great start into the day tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye bye.